Hey, hello, it's Peg, and a big thank you to all you have come to my channel, and especially to all my crafty friends at AJOS, that's Art Joyous Sharing, on Facebook group. We have a challenge this month, and that was the first slide, so if you want to go back and look at it, you can. And if you decide to take the challenge, be sure and post it and, tag me so I can see what you're doing. So I decided to take on the challenge, and I'm working on this. What is this called? This is Alcohol Ink Hardcore Art Panel from Ranger Ink. I got some packages when they were on sale, and thought I've got my alcohol inks out on my table. I may as well give it a go. So I'm just gathering my supplies. I have uh, alcohol ink, I have my art panels, I have selected my color palette because you need a colorway when you're going to work. And so I'm doing the blues and oranges. I want to remember the contrast. And if you look at the slide, I had kind of a teal and an orange telling people to remember contrast when they were working. So I'm going to pull that out and give that a go. I've always liked this color combination anyway. I'm going to add some slate to the mix because I want that dark smoky color in the background also. So let me see. The colors I'm using are aqua, willow, butterscotch, rust, ginger, and slate. And I did pull out some black, but I did not end up using that because I thought that was going to be too dark. So what I'm going to do is just pull the caps off and set them aside because, alcohol ink has a little ball inside that keeps it from drying out when you have them sitting on your desk. So I'm just going to pull the caps off and have them at the ready so that I can move that ink around on my surface and get what I want. Now I am going to use some tools in this project and some archival ink, some pit pens, some stamps. So keep an eye out for how I'm going to approach this small art challenge. Now these are bottles that have been sitting for a while, so I am having to use pliers to pry them open. You could soak them in a little water first. I apologize. I know it's distracting when the autofocus comes on. Haven't quite figured out how the heck to fix that yet. I filmed this in a software package that's supposed to be taking care of that stuff, but evidently is not. So I'm going to have to work on that. I think the lighting is a little bit better. I'm just getting set up in my new home, and I've got to do something about the camera and the lighting and all of the things, the sound, the video camera. Every time you move, you've got something else going on. So this one had been in a box with another bottle that had leaked. So I'm going to have to clean up my hands. I already cleaned them up once this morning. I was working with some acrylic ink and I got that all over myself. And so I was using some of my favorite artist soap in one of those cleaning blocks from Ranger and got the majority of them off, of that ink off. And then, of course, right away I've got new ink on my hands because that's how I roll. I'm kind of a hot mess most of the time. So I'm going to take these alcohol prep pads and I'm going to clean off what I can. And then I'm actually going to get out some nitrile safety gear. When I work with alcohol, I typically like to use these gloves just to protect my skin. It's good to have ventilation and protection and all the things when you're working with this stuff. There's another package that my son-in-law had given me, some construction gloves. So you can go to the hardware and you can find these really cheaply. Uh, or you can go to the, what is it? I don't know, medical supply. Lots of different places that you can find these gloves. So I'm going to suit up and get ready to work here. Now I've got some stamps I'm not going to use, so I'm going to move those out of the way so I've got a little space on my desk, because all I have is the space right in front of me and a little space beside me. I'm working in just a portion of a room, and you can do this no matter how much space you've got. Now this is a airbrush canister that's attached to a fixture that holds an alcohol ink marker, and I have the clear one here just to, blow some air and move this around. I did order a mini blow dryer with the cool setting on it. It has not come yet. I do have a heat tool, but I don't want to put heat on alcohol. So I'm going to use what I have this morning and see what we can accomplish, because I want to do the July challenge before July is all over. Now that's a spray bottle of 91% isopropyl alcohol, and you can get that at Walmart or, the discount stores. I like that it's in a spray already, so it's handy to spray. I have alcohol in these little needle tool bottles. You can buy those on Amazon, and I do have lists of things in my Amazon store if you're interested in any of the supplies and don't know what to get. I do have all that stuff in categories, so yeah, check it out. So I'm putting some alcohol down first and the colors, and I'm going to start doing my blend onto the surface. I just want to get the alcohol and the ink moving around and get my surface covered. I think for this one I am going to cover the majority of this surface. Now I'm going to get my blowing tool, my compressor tool out, and start moving that and see what I can get as I blend these colors up. It looks like I don't have enough out on my surface. I don't want to flood it too much, and I want to be able to add some more colors to it as I go. So want to get that willow in there, and just get some texture and motion out of those inks. But I do want some definite color areas where we can see the colorway, the orange and the blue and the green, and yeah, get them blended out on the surface. It's been a while since I played with alcohol ink, so right now I'm just, playing with my tools and the ink as it's coming out of the bottle and seeing how it's moving. Now I'm going to get a brush and start moving some of that around with a paintbrush. You can dab with your alcohol to move it. You can blow it. You can use a straw. There's lots of different ways to move alcohol ink around. You're going to see me with some stamps here pretty soon. I want to get this last corner and get some color going in there. Here comes out the willow. Add that green and a little more of the blue. I like the blue-green combination, and the slate, because we like the smokiness of that. So get that down there. Move it around. And where it doesn't want to fill in, I'm just using my gloved hand to push the ink into that area. And if it gets to be too much in an area, you can take a towel or rag or something and mop it up. I'm going to try to get, while it's still wet, I'm going to try to get some impressions in the ink. And This is a homemade stamp with just some foam that I glued onto another piece. And you gotta work fast because if you want the impression to stay, you need to dry it down enough so that the alcohol stays in the position that you left it in. So I come back and press it several times because I want to keep that image from the impression in the background. So you can see it somewhat, but it's not going to be a clear, crisp image because it's not like stamping into it with removal ink. It's stamping into the wet ink. So now I'm grabbing some foam stamps. These are from Art Foamy, and I'm just touching something up there. And let's see, I want to come back to that same stamp that I had with some different colors of archival ink. I'm going to use Orange Blossom and Tiger Lily. Those are the orangey tones that I have picked, and I'm also using an archival ink in Jet Black and Cobalt Blue. That dark blue is what I'm going to start out with, and I'm going to pick up some of that with that same stamp we were moving the alcohol ink around with. It's repeat, right? Once you do something, you want to repeat, and that makes it more interesting. So I'm just repeating with that same imagery, and then I'm going to clean my stamp a bit on the paper toweling. Once I finish stamping. Okay, so I'm finished with the blue. And now I'm going to switch tools. I've got this piece of, I think this was just some ephemera packaging. And I'm going to see if I can ink that up and use it as a stamp. Doesn't seem to be giving a great impression, but I'm going to give it a try. You know, this would work like on a gel press. I could probably do it on a gel press, but it's not working real well just going directly to the surface. But I'm giving it my best shot. You know, it's all about the play. It's all about experimentation. You can see it there some, but I want to come back with that other stamp now and add some more color. And I'm going to ink the edges, give it a little more depth of color around the edges. This is a blending foam tool. I think this is one of those minis from Ranger. No, it's a regular size. Can't keep my tools straight. Oh boy. Okay, so just putting some color down on the edges so that it draws your eye into the center of this block and darkening the edge. Okay. So now I'm grabbing the black archival and this other stamp from Art Foamies, and it's a script stamp. Really like it. And I'm gonna put a little script over the design we've got going in the background there. So, and I'm rotating it so that it doesn't always stamp the same way. It's one way because the you can't really read this script. It's not something that's legible. It's just scrawls, and I like that it's not really legible. It's just scrawls. So I've got that going on, and I like that a lot. Next up, it's time to bring out the papers and ephemera because, you know, we need papers and ephemera. And I did say that you could make your own and you could tear it down and you could do, but this is a challenge. it's not meant to be set in stone. It's meant to interpret the way you see fit. So we had this discussion in the chat this week about, how do I approach this? What do I do? And I'm saying, you do you. It's not about doing exactly what it says. This is just a roadmap to help you get started because, sometimes we all need inspiration and we all need ideas about how to approach our work. So, I'm playing with different things. I'm going to grab some boxes. I have these plastic boxes full of all kinds of ephemera. And I'm not going to make this difficult today. I just want to get something down on the background and create something that I feel is beautiful in a short period of time. I think I worked for about an hour and a half this morning on this, and the video is sped up twice fast, so if you want to slow it down and see it in slower motion, you can just mute it and slow it down if there's a portion that you want to see that is a little bit too fast for you. So you can see I have all these boxes with all this stuff, and I don't need to create paper when I've got all these paper pieces. Sorry guys, my phone rang. Should have had it muted and turned off, but you get in the middle of stuff and you forget to do things. So back to where we were. I'm pulling out my ephemera, just auditioning what I want to put where, what kind of pieces I want on here. And I will eventually come to the conclusion that I have plenty of stuff and just pull things out to glue down on my background. So I hope you're enjoying watching my process. I found some words in this box, be authentic, and I liked that. It was something that sits well with me because I think we all need to be more real and truthful and caring and authentic. So the background is set with my specimen and my butterfly and all of the things that I have layered, because it's all about the layers, right? And I'm going to use some of the inks that I've pulled out, and I'm just auditioning the colors to see what I like. And then I'm going to go around the edges of this and color it up because the white is way too stark for what we're doing. All the white edges need to be toned down. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use some Pitt Big Brush markers and colorize the edges and make it frame worthy, or it can sit on a little easel, or it's just a nice gift to tuck in a basket with some tea bags or something, when you're giving a little something to a friend to make them smile. So I hope that you like this challenge. I hope that you come and join us on Art Joyous Sharing if you haven't already done that. Be sure and join me here. If you haven't already subscribed, I welcome you as a subscriber because you can turn on notifications and find out when I have some new content coming out. So now that I'm getting settled into my new place, I intend to be producing more art and getting together with the art community at Art Joyous Sharing, and having several chats each month where we can Zoom and get together and have conversations about the things that we're working on and ideas for what we might want to do in the future, or just sharing our lives and our art. So I'm looking forward to the end of the year and what that brings, now that we're in our new space and finally starting to feel like I can create and not be on the go all the time. Um, I'm still going to be posting some other things on my channel. You know, I do a lot of different things, cooking, gardening, travel, that sort of thing. So if you're not interested in those things, you don't have to watch them. But if you are interested in any of this, I do welcome you to my channel, and I hope that you find something that's of interest, because I think my life is interesting. I think that there are things that I do that might bring a smile to your face. So I'm just putting some final color and shadows onto the piece, and I will give you some final shots. And that's about it from me today. Um, I hope I see you again soon, and enjoy your day. Thanks for stopping by. Bye for now.